to my channel. If it's your first time joining us, then just welcome. I know I haven't uploaded anything for about 2 weeks now. I was just going through a few personal things and now I have flu, but I really wanted to upload this video today, so just ignore my annoying nose. So this is my first official vegan video. Wah-wah. I thought maybe I'll just go through the basics today and then go from there afterwards. So I went vegan in 2013. So that means I've been vegan for 8 years this year, which I think is pretty epic. One of the questions that most people ask me is, what is the difference between vegan and vegetarian? So this is quite simple actually. Things like being vegetarian or plant-based is diet, so it's more about what you eat. So usually vegetarians will eat dairy, so things like milk, yogurt, cheese. Some of them even eat eggs. Oh, just a side note here. If someone eats chicken and fish, these are not vegetables, so they are not vegetarian. Anyway, and then plant-based will basically mean having no meat or dairy in your diet. But again, this only affects what you eat. So veganism, on the other hand, is an entire lifestyle. So this not only affects what you eat, but also what you wear, cosmetics and toiletries that you use, your bedding, furniture, all of those things. So vegans are in no way perfect. I know some might claim to be or act that way. Anyway, most of us are vegan specifically because we don't feel like we are superior or better than any other living being, human or animal. Being vegan means trying to do as little harm to animals as you possibly can. Therefore, we try not to use anything that contains animal products, and we also don't use anything that has been tested on animals or where animals were used or injured in the production of that product. So basically, we don't use any wool, genuine leather, fur, anything like that. No honey, lanolin, or beeswax containing products. We also usually don't support things like aquariums, zoos, circuses where they use animals. Basically, anything to do with animals. Animal torture, animal use unnecessarily. It's not part of the vegan lifestyle. Obviously, it isn't possible to live in this society and have zero carbon footprint or, have no effect on the environment or nature in any way. The idea is just to try and decrease your harm towards animals or, your carbon footprint, just, make it as little as possible, basically. For me personally, this is why I like initiatives such as Meatless Mondays or Veganuary, where the general public is given an opportunity to decrease their consumption of things like meat and dairy if they don't want to or are unable to completely cut it out of their diet for whatever reason. There are tons of reasons to go vegan, so I'm just briefly going to go over a few of them, summarizing them today. Maybe I'll do a video series in the future where I'll go in depth into each reason, to go vegan. So the first one I'm going to go over today is the health reason. I think that is a big attraction for most people to, follow a plant-based diet because meat obviously is high in saturated fats. It, you know, contributes towards things like high cholesterol and high blood pressure. This leads to obviously heart attacks, strokes, all of those kind of health conditions. Also, the animals are pumped full of hormones most of the time, especially nowadays because there's such a huge demand for meat. They need to get the animals to grow quicker to be able to supply this demand. Dairy also contains a lot of hormones, so obviously neither of these are super healthy. There are organic options, but these are obviously very expensive, and most normal people probably can't afford to go full organic in their diets. Another reason, which is my main reason for going vegan, is for being ethical. I just don't understand why you would need to support confining an animal, mistreating them, pumping them full of hormones, forcibly breeding them to, obviously supply this demand that I spoke about, doing all of those things and then murdering them just for food, when there are so many options that are cruelty free, especially in 2021. There's many different restaurants, takeout places, grocery stores that have vegan options. There's cruelty free makeup and cosmetics and toiletries and things like that available. I just don't see the reason for supporting these cruel industries. And the bonus is that genuine wool and fur and leather is obviously super expensive. So using the fake versions is also cheaper. I don't know. I think that's probably a bonus. Anyway, the last reason I'm going to touch on today is environmental, because the going green and save the environment, stop climate change, all of those things is super big at the moment for obvious reasons. So animal agriculture, it obviously produces waste, like animals produce waste, and the pollution that is emitted from this waste is much higher than the pollution caused by all the modes of transport, like cars, boats, aeroplanes, all of those modes of transport. They create less pollution than animal agriculture does. I'll go more into this in another video, but I promise it's true. You can research the stats. Water consumption also. Producing meat is a huge wastage of water. It uses way more water than things like taking a bath, letting the tap run while you brush your teeth, flushing the toilet, all things like that. So if you want to make a change in decreasing your water usage, cutting out specifically beef from your diet, or just decreasing the consumption, is actually one of the biggest changes you can make towards saving water. So yeah, I think those are just the basics of veganism. I just wanted to discuss it in this video, give you a bit of an introduction into veganism and my reasons for it, and when I went vegan, what it means, that kind of thing. If you want more information though, there are plenty of awesome resources out there. You can check out videos like Earthlings, What the Hell, Cowspiracy, Forks Over Knives, and then there's also something called Yourofsky's Greatest Speech. Check all of those out. I'll try and see if I can get links to them to put into the description box below if you want to click on any of them and check them out. They're not all gory. Most of them are just like, super educational for information purposes, that kind of thing. It's just interesting to watch. Also, if you have any questions, you're welcome to comment them below and I can answer them. You can also follow me on my social media pages, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Just search for the Millennially. Yeah, so I think that's where I'm going to stop today. If you haven't already, click like and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, bye. Channel. If it's your first time joining us, then just welcome. Anyway, but for the most part, you can research the stats. Water consumption also. Producing meat is a huge wastage of water. There are tons of